All right, well, it's Wednesday, November 15th, 9:45 in the morning, and I'm wrapping it up for the day. I can't trade rest of the day, so I'm going to finish this out right now. My losing streak just won't stop. It won't quit. Just finding the market difficult lately, choppy market today, in a pretty tight range overall. And I made a mistake on a PATS trade that I'll get into in a minute. But I did have one loss today, no wins, minus $128 on my PA accounts combined and minus 872 on my evaluations combined. And I hate to say it, but this account number 3 is about to get blown. I mean, it's, less than $20 from the trailing. So I'm guessing on any pullback of my next trade, that one will get blown up most likely. Maybe I'll get lucky and get a win and keep it alive a little bit longer, but it's not looking good. So what I'm going to do is already on my next trade, I'm going to be adding back into my trading this account number 1, which has some room still. And so I'll just continue on with that one for now, and I'll continue to play account number 5 as well, which has about $1,000 in room still. So just going to continue moving forward. It's difficult to keep dealing with losses, but I'm actually feeling a little bit like it's not affecting me like it used to. So it's actually making me feel more comfortable taking trades in a weird way, if that makes sense, because it can't get worse. It could only get better, it seems like. So I will get out of this losing streak eventually, and just is what it is. For my PATS trading, it's looking really dismal. 3 wins, 5 losses, 38%. That's like the worst record in 8 trades I think I've ever had, or at least when I've started to like keep track of it at any given time. I can't remember the last time I started off trading PATS after a break and started off that way. Usually when I take a break from PATS, I come back refreshed and see things in a good way. And I usually start strong and then end up doing something like this during a week or something, and give it all back. So I'm starting inverted this time, which to me is making me think, well, I'm starting off poorly, but maybe when the market starts being a little bit easier to read, I'll hit my stride and I'll start getting back to where I'm usually at on those setups. No trades today on the Nlts setup, and 42 and 18 overall, 70%. So, it's funny. I was reading a Discord chat yesterday, and somebody was saying they were like, I don't know, 58% or 61%, and they're feeling really good about that. And, I'm 75% on my NLTS, 70% overall. I'm not feeling good about it, and I'm not profitable doing it. So, but also at some point, the runner strategy, I think, will kick in and start giving me a leg up. But for now, I'm just on a bad streak. So let me show you my trade today. I got fooled, and it is what it is. I think it was a pretty easy thing for me to avoid ultimately, but I just wasn't, just wasn't seeing clearly. I saw it clearly and then I changed my mind. So let me take a look at this and show you. Okay, so now that you can see the chart here, just for starters, when I started the day, I started about 6:45 or so, kind of in here. And when I started the day, I drew this, I kind of drew this, I drew this, and I drew this. And I saw that there was a potential range. And so originally I drew it like this. And then I noticed that, well, the range could be like this. So what I did was I left it like this, and I drew a line. And for anyone that wants to see me lose this trade, you can go check out my live session recording in my other playlist for today, and you'll see that this is essentially how I had it. So I recognize that there were a bunch of bounces here, and this could have been the range low. And so zooming in here, So given that, this is kind of what I was seeing, right? So given that, I had a LO here, and I was looking at it as thinking to myself, well, if this is potentially the bottom of the range, I don't want to take an LO. And in my mind, I hadn't talked about it yet, but I'm also considering starting to take trades that are a BT, which would be the candle before my LO. I'm seeing that a lot of these seem to work for 2 points. So I was kind of in my head, this was very early on, but in my head I was thinking, well, do I want to try that yet? I didn't. I decided not. And also the bar was kind of almost bullish, so definitely got me off of that. Then when I saw the LO, I just decided, well, I'm not going to take that because it's like right closing at these lows and maybe it'll be a failed breakout. So I didn't do that. That one would have worked, ironically. And so then what I had was I had a reset here, and I saw first entry long, second entry long, and I had seen that there was this potential channel here. And so it was perfectly off that key entry point, perfectly off the EMA, and it actually engulfed here. I mean, it's a matching top, so I don't know if it's considered engulfing entirely, but it essentially engulfed this candle. And so I waited for this to trigger, and then I entered. And immediately, just got stuck right on that support and then took me out of the trade. And yeah, I think I could have really avoided that. The thing was, when the LO worked and it pushed below, I took this line away. I removed it and thought to myself, okay, well, the bottom of the range is really going to be here. And so then I measured this, right? I measured that, and that gave me another reason to expect, oh, it's perfectly to the bottom, 2 legs down. And so that gave me more confidence to take it. So in a way, a little foolish, because I also know that when you're in these ranges, the wider channels are a little bit sketchy. Really should be just focusing on the steeper channel. So if I remove that and just focus on the steeper channel, you already have 2 legs to a new low. Excuse me, 2 legs to a new low. And so really both of these trades should be skipped. And so I think this is the better way to look at the market when it's in these tight ranges. This kind of just threw me off because there were more touches here. So that's where I put the top. But because it was like that, it kind of threw me off in terms of like thinking what the range was. It just seemed like a really strange range. I didn't really believe it or trust it. So, just got caught. I think that was something that, can catch a lot of people. I got to remember to just stop drawing the larger trends when it's pretty clearly ranging. And I thought it was, so it just fooled me when it dipped down here. It just made me think that it was down there, but really, the range should have been there. So that explains that one. That explains why I skipped the yellow before it. And then just really didn't see anything all day after that. There was one other thing I saw here, which was we had this really tight range and there was like a breakout. And again, I had the wider channel, but based on, and this always happens to me later in the day, but based on what happened to me with the wider channel we just talked about, I chose to not put a lot of importance on that. And so when I saw a failed breakout happening, there wasn't a lot of room to this. And so I just decided I'm not going to try to, be cute about it. It's not a trade I typically take. It wasn't a second entry or anything. So I just let that one go. And that was really the only thing I saw the whole rest of the day. There's just nothing else that set up. Just a super choppy day. I find these days to be especially difficult for me for both strategies. Honestly, I've never been good at pat strategy and ranges, and my Nlts strategy I think is just not very good in these kinds of ranges either. So typically, like you might find a trade throughout the day, but I think there's just like a lot of potential for false signals and getting trapped. So that's it for me today. I gotta get out of here. I'll be back at it tomorrow. I'm not going to give up. I got to keep in mind 75%, 70%, those numbers for some people might be really good if they have the kind of runners in place. If I'd been playing runners this whole time, my profit loss might be different overall. But right now I'm definitely not running very good. Profit's not happening. And, because largely all of these trades until just this past week were without runners. So I just started the runners when I got the 150K account, which I only have one win on the 50K account. So I'm down 3,000 on it, and I'm 2,000 away from the trailing on that. So it's a free account. So I really, it's not affecting me at all. I'll probably buy for a 90% discount, hopefully, if they give us another one of those for Black Friday or something. I'll probably buy another 150K account so I can keep trading this way and copy trades my PAs and my other evals on MES, because I don't want to trade on the MES chart. I want to just stick with the ES chart. But anyway, I think that's everything I can say for today. Keep it short. 71% discount still running. You can use this code or any other, and stick with me. It's been rough the last few weeks. If you go back to my earlier videos, you see that I was having much better success, and I'm just, in a rough patch. I think the market's changed a bit, and, I need to adjust. I need to learn from my mistakes. And, I think losses like today's, losses like yesterday's, they're just teaching moments in here. And so I just need to adapt, learn from where my trades are going wrong, and try to just adjust and never give up. So that's where I'm at. And I've got plenty of accounts here, plenty of PA accounts to go through still. So I'm not in the game, or I'm not out of the game until at the very least these are all blown up. And it's going to take quite a bit to blow these up the way I'm trading right now. So got plenty of time and plenty of trades in me to keep working at it. So that's it. I think I'm done. Thanks for watching. Like and record if you like this format. If you're interested in watching, someone who's trying to figure out how to trade these strategies. So far, my own made up strategy, Nlts, is not that's made up. I mean, it's based on an indicator that I don't show. It's to the left of this chart. And I just don't show it because until I know it's really valid, there's no point in trying to show it to anybody. And I'm not trying to teach anybody here. I'm just trying to document my journey. But, it's not doing too bad overall. So I can't feel too bad about it. It's better than some people do. And as far as win percentage goes, and now that I'm instituting runners, once I get some wins going again, maybe we can get back into the profits and get some accounts going here. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll do it again tomorrow.